the chants they use? Is there anything that you can comment about their chants, which is appropriate for TV or not?
Well, the chants are normally pretty appropriate. Like, I've heard some things yelled out by certain members of the crowd. Probably couldn't repeat on TV, but my favourite would be the left, right, sit down chant when you foul out. I remember the first time I heard that, I sort of laughed to myself a bit on the bench because I didn't think it was a real thing, but when it happened to me, yeah, it was a different experience.
And speaking to obviously people that are attending college games over there and hearing some stories, they seem to be really hardcore fans who, you know, if you don't perform on the night, they really give it to you.
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of fans are either proud alumni or students of the school, and they're really into their college sport. And like in a lot of cases, especially in my case in Peoria, we are the biggest sporting event in the town. Like, we're the main basketball team in the town, so a town of 400,000 people. And you're the team they look up to, so they expect you to be professional and to perform out there every night and give it your best.
We have, obviously you well noticed, we have a big rivalry game with the Northwest Thunder at least twice a year in the SCABL. You have big rivalry games over in America. How does our local derby compare to, say, rivalries over in college?
Well, I know the Chargers Thunder rivalry is pretty strong, but we have a rivalry with Illinois State, who are about 30 minutes down the road from Bradley, and it's just insane. Like, they'll bring out shirts, which, like our shirt this year, it said IS Who on it, and all the students will turn out just to boo the other side, and it's more part of the fun. Like, that, it adds to the game because the students are there just to rip into the other side as well, and not just to support you.
How have you found the officiating? Obviously, you've been so used to different levels now of officiating, from local to SCABL to Australian National Junior Championships to international now to America. How have you found the whole officiating? Like, different?
Yeah, it was a bit different. The officiating they had some rule changes this year in college basketball, which were trying to get rid of a lot of the hand checks and body checks, like a lot of contact. So coming from Siebel into the college competition, there was a lot of stuff that I probably would have got away from within Siebel that were fouls in college basketball. So at the start of the season, I had a bit of a problem with picking up early fouls, but eventually I adjusted, and it really helped my game.
Now, while you're at Bradley University, besides playing basketball, you had to study as well at the same time as part of every deal going to America to play basketball. So at your age, and you're majoring in health science. So what's the long-term future plan, job perspective? You want to get into health science or sports science, anything like that?
For me, my aim would be to go back to graduate school eventually and do either occupational therapy or physical therapy. That's sort of the field that health science leads into. So right now I'm just getting that degree, and then I'll look forward in the future and see where it takes me.
And how's your workload, and how are you balancing that with school and, of course, your basketball with Bradley?
Bradley's really good with schoolwork. Like, we get a lot of support from the coaches and our academic advisor, Heather Moles. She really steps up and makes sure you're always on target with your schoolwork. So for me, sometimes there is a fair bit of load when you've got basketball and school, but most of the time the coaches and the school are really good in organising it, so you can get your work done, and you always have time to do your work as well as perform on the basketball court.
Are you always on time with your homework?
Yeah, I haven't had any problems so far in my freshman year, so okay. That was good.
Good stuff. Let's go locally now. Let's go to some things here. Obviously, Hobart Phoenix was your junior club, and obviously it's all where it started for you. How grateful are you to all your coaches at Hobart Phoenix for helping you get to where you are today?
I'm very grateful. Like, from the coach that brought me into basketball, Chris Simmons, who basically built me up step by step and taught me how to play, to every other coach at Phoenix who took me in over the years and showed me how to play basketball. Like, Phoenix is definitely one of the best junior clubs in Tasmania, and they really focus on development and getting their players to a level where they'll perform.
And of course, from Hobart Phoenix, you're able to step up and do stuff at state level too. So how important was that for you to get that extra practice in with our state development programs?
Yeah, I spent a little bit of time with the state development, or I think at the time it was the NITP program. Before I went into, I was fortunate enough to pick up a scholarship at the Tasmanian Institute of Sport under Justin Schuler, and then after that I played at the Australian Youth Olympics for 3-on-3 basketball, and then managed to make the preliminary squad for the under-19 World Championships team. Unfortunately didn't make that, but after that I came back to Tasmania and I was more in the college build-up, so I didn't really participate in the state development squad because I had aged out of the program and I was focusing on America instead.
And by that stage as well too, you were also in the Telstra Chargers squad, and obviously getting minutes here and there, and I think you had Stewie as your coach for a couple of years there before he moved on. Now Stewie back in helm, but I think you had Ben Rush, I think, before you left for college too. So how are those guys trying to prepare you from SEABL level to college level?
All the coaches I had over the years were great. Like, they really gave me a lot of opportunities. Like, I started with, I think my first 2 years were with Anthony Stewart, who at the time was just developing me to become a SEABL player and gave me a few opportunities on the court. And then I came back under Paul Davey and played quite a lot of minutes that season, even though we had some struggles with the team. And then I went to America for a few months and came back, and Ben Rush allowed me to step into the squad, I think at the very start of the season, and I ended up going on a few road trips and playing a couple of games, a fair few minutes, some games, before I eventually left to America to start my college career.
Let's talk about the Hobart Chargers. You were here on Friday night and saw the Telstra Hobart Chargers get a win over Canberra, and they're 8-2 now, and I think they're sitting on top of the Southern Conference. What are your thoughts about the Chargers going at the moment? Yeah,
they're very impressive. I like their the game style that Anthony Stewart's running. It's very run and gun and entertaining basketball. I'm impressed by the imports, Southwell and Weeks, and it's also good to see other guys like Tommy Wright and Thierry doing well and just chipping away. Like, Tom Wright's always a consistent player, and you always know what you're going to get from him, and it's good to see that they're finally getting some success after a couple of years on the bottom side of the ladder.
And give us a prediction towards the end of the season of the Chargers. Do you reckon the Chargers will be finals bound and looking at a championship? What's your thoughts? Give us a prediction.
Well, my prediction, I always like to aim for the top, so I'd like to say 2016 SEABL champions.
Oh, there you go. You've heard it first on Chargers TV. Yeah, big call from former Telstra Chargers player Callum. Well, Cal, great to have you back down here. It's always great when we can have Tasmanians come back from college, and it's always nice to hear some updates and to get the lowdown on what's going on. So thanks for your time, and we hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, no problem.